Henry. Alderman Williams.
Present.
Alderman Dennis.
Here.
Alderman Stevenson.
Here.
Alderman Boyd.
Here.
Alderman Thompson. Alderman Gill.
Present.
Alderman Gill, will you pray for us?
Yes, sir. Please bow your head. Dear Lord, we want to ask you tonight, Lord, to be with us, take care of Mr. Miles, we do the city's business. Lord, be with all the men and women in uniform that represent the city and the world as a whole, Lord, this nation. Help them stay safe and bring them home at night. All these things we ask in your holy and precious name.
Amen. We'll have our city attorney lead us in the pledge.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have several acknowledgments this evening before we move into the agenda itself. Tonight, we were most chair. We wanted to recognize the employee of the month for the city, which is Larry Killens. Larry's been working for the city for the past 18 years. He started off as I believe it was a labor foreman, and then he has worked himself up to being street superintendent. So he's a very dedicated employee. People don't realize how many hours he works. I would probably generally say in working probably 30 hours overtime every week, probably more during the growth season, just to make sure things are handled. The city operates much like a construction company from the public works side of things. So when you have good weather, we get things done. So I don't think that there's anything that Shane Burrell, our public works director, cannot call him about. He runs up and down this city trying to take care of things for our citizens and complete work order. So I believe this is a well-deserved award. The chamber provided him with some goodies, a $100 gift card and some other items, which I thought was very deserving. Also, the police officer of the month was Dominique Carrington. Dominique was raised in Florence, Mississippi. He worked for the Jackson Police Department, but he came to us and we're glad to have him. Chief Scott described to us yesterday when we actually honored him the fact that there was a gentleman that lost his wife on his birthday. Not every officer has the discernment to do this, but Officer Carrington went to the store, bought a card, and had some people at the police department chip in and sign their names to it. Also went to the extent of buying this gentleman a birthday cake on his birthday and presented it to him. And I think it probably made a tremendous, well, I don't think, I know it made a tremendous impact. But as Chief Scott said, when we honored this officer, he noted that basically generalizing what kind of type of high character this officer has to go that far because of being compassionate for a human being that just lost his wife. So he was honored as well. At this time, I would like to read a proclamation for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now therefore, I, Jake Wyndham, Mayor of the City of Pearl, do hereby proclaim October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the City of Pearl. We encourage our citizens to wear pink ribbons in recognition of breast cancer and in honor of women who are now courageously fighting the battle or who lost the battle with breast cancer. And do further encourage women to consult with their health care providers above regular screening and to promote early detection of breast cancer by having regular clinical breast examinations and mammograms and practicing monthly breast self-awareness. We certainly have this proclamation every year. We know each and every person probably in this room and out in the audience at home has had people who are members of their families affected by this terrible disease, but we certainly want to make much of the survivors and the people that have went on and passed. And the last acknowledgement that we have tonight, at this time, I'm going to have Alderman Gavin Gill stand up. I just want to make sure everybody knows who Alderman Gill is. This past Friday night, Alderman Gill was inducted to the Pearl Football Hall of Fame. I got a little bit of things to say. He came out of Pearl being All-State, went on to Mississippi College where he was an All-American center for the Choctaws, So well-deserved, Alderman Gill. We appreciate all your efforts at PHS during your tenure there. Thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
Approval of consent agenda items. All items under this heading will be considered to be approved with one motion and one vote. If further discussion is desired on any item, it will automatically be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered as a general business item.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
All right, two motions on the floor. Is there discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
Public hearing 21-19-11, determine whether or not the owners of those certain parcels of real property which are listed herein are in such a condition or state as to be unsightly, handicapped, or otherwise a menace to the public health and safety of the community, and therefore prohibited pursuant to Chapter 24 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Pearl, Mississippi, Section 21-19-11 of the Mississippi Code of 1972 as amended. 21 William Delane in Tanzania, Moore, located at 234 Ball Street, Pearl, Rankin County, Mississippi, 39208.
Lieutenant Ellis with the Community Development Department, I think you've probably been involved with this house at this location the most, so if you come up here and talk to us about it, please, sir.
Yes, sir. So we got, spoke with Mr. Moore. We've been working with this property about a year and a half or better. Mr. Moore had some structural damage done to the home. He repaired, getting a lot done, more done. We were at the point to do a citation and get him in court. However, Mr. Moore produced a contract from an investor to purchase the home. Through the process, that contract fell through. Myself and Brad have been working with him to try to get some building issues fixed for the home. I spoke with him back on September 12th, and said he's having a problem finding somebody to do the work, and he had the money. I sent a painter friend of mine over there to talk to him about getting it done. He was going to do it for free, less the paint. Mr. Moore told him that he would have the front of the house torn off and repaired within the next week or so. As of tonight, there has been no change to the home. The front of the home, he took the siding off and put hardy-backer board along the front. There was an issue with the over the door with the roof, with the drip line. Next. There we had a tarp and stuff up there for a while. He's put those shingles there. I think the main issue with it is the looks of it, and also there's some lighting issues with the codes, with the building codes. It does not meet building codes the way that it is repaired. So we're looking for some help from Mr. Moore to get this house back to where it needs to be.
Is Mr. Moore here tonight?
Mr. Moore is.
All right, Mr. Moore, would you like to address the board at this time? Well, just talk to us about the issues that you have going on at your residence. Okay, all right, thank you, sir. All right, what's the recommendation by community development?
The recommendation is going to be we continue for 30 days, and we're going to issue him a citation and get him in court for the condition of the home.
All right. Is anyone here who want to speak in opposition to this? If not, what's the motion of the board?
Make the motion, we uphold the recommendation of community development.
Discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Yeah. Let's clarify that. That's going to be to the 12/6 meeting.
That'll be the first meeting in
That's the
December.
first meeting in December because we have the one in November coming up. We have one meeting in November, one meeting in December.
Number 22, Jack and Evelyn M. Dennis, located at 210 Pemberton Drive, Pearl, Rankin County, Mississippi, 39208.
We'll let Mr. Dennis, you want to come up and just tell us a little about, we realize that this property burned back in July, so.
law, the Jack L. Dennis Real Estate Trust, which belongs to some corporation.
Yes, sir.
It burnt down, you said whenever it was, it's been, what, 3 months or? And, it's in the process, we're working with Von Atkinson, they're thinking about purchasing the property, trying to do a contract with them. We gotta make sure we don't have to run ads in the paper to make sure there's no liens against the property or anything like that, so it'll take a little time to do that. And, as far as the cleaning, my brother's the one that lived in the house, he's been cleaning up on the house, but I don't know if he got it good enough or not, as far as that yet, but, he's been working on it anyway, here, so.
Yeah, I see. Job up there.
Yeah. But we are wanting to sell the house.
But you, like you said before, you're a trustee of the estate.
Uh-huh.
So at this time, there's a joint decision that y'all are gonna sell the house, y'all just have to advertise, get the liens off, correct?
Yeah, if we have to, we have to have that allowment time to do that.
Yes, sir.
We'll do it fast as we can. And they're gonna pay the closing costs on buying the house, so it's whatever their attorney advises to do.
Lieutenant Ellis?
Yeah, the just concern is the house, we've had several calls on it. We got some photos here for you. The house was burnt considerably, it's got smoke damage throughout it. The other issue is the rear yard. We've got a lot of stuff, Cal has been working on it, but it has not been cleaned up yet. Next. So there you see the living room sustained a lot of damage, and it was the carport at one time. Next. That's the driver, that's the side that faces Maxine Crafton. Next. Then that is the rear. It also sustained damage there from the rear. Next. That is the side facing Carrington if you're going south of Carrington. As you see from there, we have several wrecked cars. We have probably 15 or 20 tires in the rear yard. Just a lot of things. He likes the stuff back there that we need cleaned up. We recommend that we give them adjudicated. We give them 30 days to get contract on the home. Try to sell them.
Revisit this December 16th.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
I think Mr. Roberts had some concerns about the municipality that wanted to do the work itself, but we're going to pull a permit and we'll let it go as long as things like that be done, which Mr. Guy does not have to.
Well, I think Keith has probably worked this out now to understand that the house is to be sold, not to, it's gonna be renovated. If you're working with Ron Atkinson, then obviously he's the contractor's gonna come in and do the renovation, then, or is he gonna buy it from y'all?
He's gonna buy it and rebuild it,
Okay.
I believe.
So he gonna pay the property to haul all that junk off too?
Well, whatever my brother, I guess, he got a certain time to get all of it off there, I guess.
Like 30 days.
Yeah, 30 days. 30 days to work on that backyard. Also, something that you want to consider is if the house is not secured, we'll make sure the doors are secured on it. That way, if somebody, let's say a child gets out, I mean, a kid gets away from the house, something goes, and you have some structural damage there, just from a liability standpoint, I wouldn't have the house open to folks.
Ron said he'd buy the property the way it is now, but if he gives him a chance to get what he wants off the house, out of the house or on the grounds of the house, he's ready to buy it whenever he can.
Right, okay. Well, this all rests on Kyle's back now, doesn't it, Keith?
As far as getting whatever he needs out of it.
Currently, like, and then you had offered 100, 500 residents.
Yeah.
I've been, we're working every day.
Okay, all right, well, we'll revisit this on December 6th. And if you gentlemen don't have anything to say, we'll just revisit then. We'll take your word that that's what y'all are working towards. All right?
Thank you.
All right. Is there a motion for the recommendation for the community development? Second. Discussion. Anybody speak in opposition to this? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries.
Number 23, Curtis Arthur Trier Jr., located at 360 Mary Ann Drive, Pearl, Rankin County, Mississippi, 39208.
this is a property we've been working for quite some time now. I'd recommend on this particular one, we can adjudicate tonight for demo, but continue revisit it at the first meeting in December. These are some pictures that we have. The rotten corners and, you know.
This has been I'll just say this, we had to actually hire an abstractor, go out and try to locate this person. I believe we made contact tonight. You have people around there that have called and complained. I think Officer Gill, you've heard people make comments to you. I'm probably sure right there in that particular neighborhood. So it's been something ongoing, and hopefully we can get something resolved by the December 6th board meeting. Y'all's recommendations: adjudicate, speak to the person that's the heir, and see if they can't get a contract on it, or have a contract on it to sell, or a contract on it to renovate.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
Yes, just for clarity, we gave proper notice to Mr. Cottrell, and that's where we did do title work, and we tried to find somebody else, but the statute, we followed the statute and gave the proper notice as required in the statute.
That's correct. Yep.
Is anyone here representing property at 360 Mary Ann? Okay. All right. Is there a motion to uphold the recommendation of community development?
So moved.
Second. Anyone here to speak in opposition to that? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. We do not have any more business to handle this evening, but I will ask the Board of Aldermen at this time if they have someone that, before going into asking for the adjournment. I want to remind everybody that this Saturday we have an Oktoberfest. It's the first annual. It's a Main Street event that we're going to be having right over here on the backside of City Hall, in between the Senior Center and Public Works. It's going to be we're going to have some German food there. It's also going to be a craft beer tasting located on site. We're going to have a polka band located on site. And we're going to play the Ole Miss LSU game and the Mississippi State Alabama game on a big screen back there. So, and we'll have some food trucks and some fun, family fun. There'll also be some items for kids to come out and play, some jumpies. So I just want to make sure that everybody in the city is aware of that. Hope you come out and have a good time. We're really trying to provide some synergy here around City Hall with this Main Street project that we're moving forward on. So come on, and we'll have a good time. Moving on to the portion where we adjourn in somebody's memory. Is there someone that we would like to adjourn in their name? That's right. I hadn't verified that. I won't say that. Yeah, Mr. Bobby McGee just recently passed away. His wife, Patsy McGee, they've been living on Nancy Street since 1962. Our hearts go out to that family and prayers. I believe Mr. Bobby was 79. He was better known as Snag than he was Bobby, but I've known him a long time, and he's going to be greatly missed. Is there someone that will provide a motion so we can adjourn in his name?
So moved.
All right, there's two motions on the floor. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. This meeting's adjourned.